Hello again, it's Monster Forge here, and I have a new Skeletor to add to my Skeletor collection. This is the Mattel Masters of the Universe Chronicles. It's a new line that kind of replaces Masterverse, which, if you remember Masterverse, it was more like a Marvel Legends type of figure, not quite sized that way. They were a little bit bigger. I think they were like in the 7 inch to, or like 7 inches to represent a 6 foot tall person or something like that. But anyway, I always think of the Eternians being bigger than humans anyway, just in my head canon. But the new ones that just started coming out, the first one that came out was Scareglow. And that was a fantastic figure. I didn't get one, but my friend did. And it was just an amazing looking figure. And this is the second of these figures were the Masters of the Universe movie, the 2026 movie figures based on those designs. So, excuse me. A little bit of dry throat. So, this is generally when it comes to a toy line, I'm not going to collect the whole toy line unless it's, really something I want to do. I mainly wanted Skeletor to add to my Skeletor collection. But these guys retail for about, I think it's like 26, something like that, which for what you get ain't too bad. I hate saying that, but it's true. Prices have gone up on everything. But first of all, we'll take a look at the packaging, and it's really nice. You get a nice close-up of He-Man and Skeletor, and you get to see some details that you haven't really been able to see in some of the in some of the trailers for the movie. For one, the engraving in the sword, I'm guessing that says by the power of Grayskull. Maybe it says I have the power too. Who knows? Maybe that says He-Man. I'm not sure. I don't know what. It's probably a made-up language or something like that. It looks like it. But there's all kind of engraving in He-Man's gear. And Skeletor's, I don't see any engravings, like words in his, but he has a lot of detail in there. And I just love the way Skeletor looks in that movie. If you hear something in the background, there's a storm going on right now. But anyway, you can look here too, and there's a picture of the collector, Skeletor's getting around vehicle. I don't know if it's a jet or a plane or it's a flying craft. How about that? And you can see the light and dark sides of Eternia, which is a really cool image altogether. I don't know if that's going to be like the movie poster or not, but it's pretty cool. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but help if I focus. In the background, behind the, let's see, maybe I can pull it out so you can see it. I know not everybody's had a chance to get these guys yet, so inside the package you get like basically the contents. Your Skeletor, the Havoc staff, and the hands. And some toy lines, they put that stuff inside this box part here. But in this one, it's just a divider so that the package, it fits in the larger package. But if you look in the back here, there's a display of the Snake Mountain from the movie. And that's pretty cool. I like the purple, the all purple stuff. Yeah, nothing really distinctive there. And that's that for the liner of the package. We'll take a look at the back. Oh, that was my cat snoring. Yeah, we get right here. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but I tapped the package to make it focus. I'm a dingleberry. Yeah, so we get Skeletor Evil. That was thunder. Big thunder. It's funny, I'm talking about Skeletor, and it's like outside. So, evil Lord of Destruction, Skeletor terrorizes all of Eternia in his search for the Power Sword. Thank goodness. The key to unlocking the secrets of Castle Grayskull. The evil sorcerer will stop at nothing to claim the sword and conquer the universe. That's more like the mini comics motivation for Skeletor, was seeking the sword. Because in the cartoon, I like maybe once or so in the cartoon he wanted the sword or something. I can't remember. It seems like for the most part this is kind of an adaptation of the cartoon, which wasn't always my favorite property with Masters of the Universe. I more liked the little mini comics that came with them, but I enjoyed the cartoon as a kid. But anywho, it's got showing you different action poses that Skeletor can take. And the cross cell is funny. It's got Skeletor and Trapjaw. It's like, maybe you should have put a figure that's not in the package. Don't know. Maybe they want you to get an extra Skeletor. I don't know. But yeah, there's Master Universe Chronicles. And you get another little portrait here on the side of Skeletor, Evil Lord of Destruction. And I think that's it. There's a little, like, it actually, I thought at first it was just, like, a glossy black for the letters, but it actually has sort of a little red tint to it. So that's kind of cool. Yep. So that's all the packaging and all. Let's get to what's really important here, and that's the figure. I'm not so much a in-package collector. I like to have my stuff out. Every once in a while, I'll like a figure enough to keep it in the package just because it looks better in the package. Like almost all of my Hot Wheels are in the package because they just, to me, they look better in the package. But anyway, this is the Skeletor, and this is the new Chronicles line. And they're going to have different branches of the Chronicles. Some of them are going to be movie representations of them. Some of them are going to be just like newer, more intense versions. Like the Scare Glow that came out is like, thing is really good. It's well designed, it's well sculpted, and it's well painted. And this follows through with that. So let's just take a look around at him here. He's got all kind of detail in the cape, and it looks sort of like a spine or a centipede or something. The the cowl part is a separate piece, but then he has this armor plating that goes around, so that works. He's got really cool. He's got really cool details in the gauntlets. Really well sculpted. I mean, it's like, I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not. Let's see. But it's like very, very fine lines are etched into that sort of organic, like insectoid looking armor there, like a carapace. It's really cool. He has a little clear plastic, or, like translucent red little jewel there in the center of his medallion or whatever this is. And it's clear, and it really picks up the light really well. The belt has like a Havoc staff kind of symbol, but it kind of also looks like a cobra. Not sure, but this design goes all around to the back, and you get some more really cool sculpted elements there. The little, I don't remember what you call these things, but anyway, these little loincloth type things look like they're leather, and they all are purple. They just have a dark purple tint to them. And then he's got, and one cool thing is like the striations on the muscles are really cool for him, because he's, other than He-Man, he's like, from what I've seen, and well, I don't think about it because Goatman is like a creature, but well, I guess Skeletor is too. Anyway, he's one of the more naked ones. You know, he just has the loincloth and the cape. And they did a really good job of capturing like the musculature. And the design in the film of Skeletor looks just like this. He's got the really deep cut muscles and everything. It's really cool. And you can see they didn't slouch down here either. The boots are well sculpted, and they're painted. That's another thing too, is like there's paint all over this figure. It's not just like, oh, here's a piece of purple plastic. There's like all kind of details painted in. The cape is probably the only piece that doesn't. Looks like it peeled a little bit of, had a little bit of glue on there that peeled off the plastic. That's all right. I'm not going to see that. But yeah, that's good. And let's take a look at the Havoc staff. Like, oh man. It's really nice. I love the design of the Havoc staff. The way it's not just a straight staff right up to the skull like the old ones. It has the curvature of the spine to it. And the eyes on this are translucent blue, which is really cool. A lot of nice sculpt work on this. I don't know who the sculptor was because Mattel never lists who works on the stuff, but it's really nice. Probably digital, not sure. It's kind of hard to tell. But it comes down and you get the little rings that were on the old Havoc staff, but once again, they're curved. And then lots of really nice sculpted details even in the staff itself. You get the little ball right there. And then down at the bottom, you get a pointy tip that it looks like it's supposed to be stone or something. I'm not sure, but that's really cool. And it's painted too. Like there's a lot of paint in this figure. I gotta say, the 26, it's like, I think they're right around $27. Worth it. Worth it for, these two, or this figure. So let's take a look at like the articulation. Well, one other thing, he doesn't come with this little jar. This is just a little tip for people that collect. If you have figures that have accessories with them that are small, you can go to Walmart and get a package of 2 of these little, I think they're supposed to be like lip gloss containers or whatever. Let's see, what did they say? Travel jar 2-pack. It's like $1 for 2 of these, and you can twist the top off and you can keep the little tiny parts. And you can do that with several figures in one. Like if you have a bunch of extra hands, these things are great for that. And you can just put them in your box with your figures, or you can even do, like I do, if I have figures like the Marvel Legends section, like on the shelf back in the back, I have little boxes of their accessories to go with them. But he came with these extra hands. One of them is a gripping hand for the Havoc staff, but I like the more clutching hand because it works as well. Like you can turn this wrist and have this one, and let's see. Oh, come on, buddy. I had it going earlier. Yeah. So you can have him like this, and that way, come on. Have him like this, and you can get the hand on it, but there you go, get the hand on it better. But he can hold it like that, and it's just more expressive to me. And I like keeping the clutch in hand. And another thing is, these things are kind of scary to swap out. It's the way it works is there's a ball joint. Well, it's not really a ball joint. It's a pin and disc joint with 2 pegs. There's a peg that goes into the forearm, a peg that goes into the hand, and you can see here it's got a little hole inside the fist. And getting those off and on is kind of, I don't know, I don't want to break it. So it's a little tiny joint. So you can change them, just be careful when you do it. And I just like keeping it this way. But the extra hands is, there's a left-handed fist and the gripping hand for the right. But, I don't really use those too. So just keep them in here just in case I need an angry Skeletor. So let's look at the articulation on this guy. And before I get into that, the articulation is fantastic on this figure. You've got his head has a ball joint under the chin and at the neck, so you can really get his neck going all around. His head goes back pretty far, but it can pop off I'll show you. It can pop off of the ball joint pretty easy. It's not a real deep ball socket there, but yeah, you can see the neck moves pretty well, pretty far forward, and you get this joint too. But I like that this part's painted black, so when you open the mouth, you just get a black surface inside of there. And yeah, the mouth opens on him. It's kind of limited. It doesn't open, well, I mean, I guess it opens as far as it needs to. But really cool that the jaw is articulated. Well, one other thing I wanted to mention, I don't know if you can see it or not, but get the light in here. The eyes are real shiny. They put like a shiny coat on the red eyes in there, and that really looks nice when the light hits it. So going on with the articulation, the torso, it has a ball joint, two ball joints, one up in here and one down in here at the waist, and it can turn. He can turn all the way around at the torso, at the diaphragm, and he can turn around at the waist, but it's kind of tough to get it around. Don't want to stress anything. The cape doesn't get in the way of anything. You can pose him just fine, and it's soft enough that it stays out of the way of things. But he has fully rotated shoulders, or rotating shoulders. He has a butterfly joint in here, and it's a ball joint in here and a ball joint in here, so you can get a lot of movement. You can put his arms up, straight up, because this is soft material, and he has a hinge that moves his arm out here. He has a fully rotating bicep cut. He has a double jointed elbow, and these joints in the elbows and in the are they? Hold on. Yep, in the knees too. If you look, it's not just like your regular like a double hinged elbow. It actually has little I don't know. It's little, I don't know what it is. Like there's a little fissure in there on each one, and it makes for a really clean elbow, and the knees as well. It moves. It's got the movement, and it's really nice, and it holds it. I don't know if that's what it's meant to do, because that's different. The older Masterverse figures didn't have joints like that. His wrist, his gauntlets or covers or whatever, wrist guards, they rotate. And if you pull it's not even focused, look at me. If you pull the fist out, you can actually remove this piece right here. And he looks kind of scrawny with it not on, so I don't do that. But the way the wrist joint works is there's a cut joint in this ball right here, and so he can move forward and backwards, but you can also turn the wrist and then have it where it will go up and down. So it's a pin into the forearm, there's a pin into the hand, and a ball, which is a cut joint, so you can get a lot of movement out of the wrists. You can have them come in or go out, whichever way you want. Same thing with this one. You can move it however you need to, turn the wrist and have it go up and down. So he's very well articulated. And the hips, oh look, Skeletor's panties, where everybody can see. He has a drop down hip joint, which is really nice, because normally you can get his leg up like this, you drop it down, you can get it way up higher. And he doesn't have well, does he? Yeah, he's got a ball joint there. So he has sort of like a thigh swivel, but he also swivels at the boot cut. So that works. You can pose him any way you want to. But that drop down hip joint is really good. The G.I. Joe Classics have those, and you can get some really good poses out of those guys. I don't remember. I'll look at that in a minute. I don't remember the Masterverse figures having that drop down joint. I think that's just for these guys. I know the Origins don't. But like I said before, he has double jointed knees that can go all the way back. The range on his leg, if you drop it down, you can get more back, but you ain't getting much back because of his glorious skelebutt there. But forward, you know, like I said, you hit that drop down, you can get it way out and way up. He can go all the way out to the side, so he can, yeah, like I said, that. And like I said, the boot cut there. This piece might, let's see, does it hold? No, I think that piece is integral. But it will twist around a little bit. It's very tight, which the joints on this are nice and tight. There's nothing really floppy. Not really floppy. There's a nice gap here at the ankle, which means that you can bring the ankle back pretty far. Let me see if I got it right. Oh, I don't have it the right way. Yeah, you can bring the ankle back pretty far, and you can bring it forward a good bit more. And that's really good for poses. You have that much of an angle on the pose, and it has a swivel. So you can have a lot of, you know, poses where his legs are out to the side. But my buddy Billy was goofing around with it, and Billy's one of these guys that if you've got an action figure, he will pose it in the best possible way. And he had him like posed out really cool. But he does strike a good pose. And I haven't tried to see if he can do the one-legged kick pose. Maybe. I'd have to kind of, let's see. Might have to do it like this. Sometimes if you have them forward like that, you can do it better. The cape might hinder it, or you might can use the cape as a kickstand for it. Nah, not really. I mean, I suppose if I, oh, there you go. Using the cape to help it. The cape is kind of hindrance if you want to balance him on the foot, but it can also be, you know, help you with it. But, you know, that's the Mattel Masters of the Universe Chronicles Skeletor. Great figure. I think he's well worth the price. I don't say that very often anymore with toys, but he looks stellar. And just kind of, you know, give you a comparison and show you the size of these compared to others. I tried to have him standing up as straight as I could. This Origins skeleton. Well, stand up, boy. That's him, and this is, you know, heel to heel, lined up there. Come on, buddy. That's the size he is with the Origins. And I want to get the Origins movie Skeletor when it comes out, because I love Origins is one of my all-time favorite lines now. I like the Origins even more than the original, you know, the original Masters Universe figures from back in the day. Don't get me wrong, I still love those, but like as far as posing and everything, I love the Origins because they keep the aesthetic of the old toys, but they give you articulation. So to me, the Origins line is the culmination of everything I wanted as a kid with Masters of the Universe. And this is a Masterverse figure, and I don't think this is fair because I think he's one of the bigger Masterverse Skeletors. This is the Battle Armor Skeletor. And let's see, stand him up next to him, and you can just see he's a good bit bigger. Oh, there we go. Yeah, he's a good bit bigger than the movie Chronicles figure. But I like this medium here because it fits in better with like Marvel Universe and stuff like that. G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe classified figures. I think it scales right well with them. As a matter of fact, we can find out for sure. I haven't compared them, but let's see. Okay, so Skeletor is bigger. I didn't realize there was that much bigger. Which, like I said, that works for me in my head canon, because I think the Eternians should be like, like the gods of Olympus. They're bigger. They're more impressive than a normal human being. But anyway, that's my review of the Mattel Chronicles movie, 2026 movie. Hopefully we'll get, I really want, what year? Was it 87? Was that the year that the first Masters of the Universe came out? It was in the late 80s, I know. 86, 87, can't remember. But I would like for them to do with this style, the Frank Langella Skeletor. That will make me so happy. So far, nobody's been able to capture that one just right. Like, I think they released the Origins version of that, or a Masterverse version. And one thing I like Masterverse, but to me, the sculpts of the bodies are kind of soft. The accessories are always really nice, and the head sculpts are good, but the bodies themselves are kind of, I don't know, there's something chunky about them that or clunky about them that I don't like. That's just me personally. If you like them, you like them, and that's cool, and I'm glad you do. But this is much more like when the movie was announced, and I knew that Mattel was going to make figures of it, because, I mean, why wouldn't they? I was hoping that we would get Masterverse, but I wanted them to look more accurate, screen accurate. And this line, with the slim down proportions and everything, is perfect to me. I really like it. And that's why I would like to get the Langella Skeletor done like that. And they can even do the Skelegod that way too. But anyway, that's my review. Rambled a little bit, but we got there. Thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, hit subscribe. And I try to post as often as I can. And love you guys, and take care of yourselves, and hope everything goes well for you today. Goodbye.